Napoli are eyeing Arsenal striker Balogun for 30 mil. Can Arsenal come out and use this to their advantage in a swap deal for OSIMHEN? We already know that we need another striker. Jesus, as great as he is at linking play, bringing our wingers into the game, bringing our number 10 into the game. He's not the most clinical, and there's not a lot of world-class strikers out there. OSIMHEN, he could be an option. The fact that Napoli are showing interest, and we're seeing headlines like Napoli eye £30 million Arsenal signing to replace OSIMHEN, they already know they're going to lose him. So vamos, caramba. Vamos nesta merda. Put the money down and get the player. This is what we need to be doing. We need to be proactive. Because at the end of the day, I'm already seeing other teams being proactive. Asensio's got a club. Messi's got a club. We're seeing different players. Benzema's got a club. The window ain't even open. And these players are already getting moves. What are we doing? What are we doing? We already know the targets that we need. We need to go out there and get it. We already know how we come up short. At the end of the day, I saw the same pucaria this season that I've been seeing for 19 years. The squad is not big enough. It ain't good enough. There's not enough quality. Go out there and get the players that are needed and do it now. Arsenal have always left it late to do the business that we need to do. In every transfer window, we don't get the business that we need to be doing because we drag on week after week not getting the business done. I know the transfer window ain't open yet, but you can still get everything through and in place that when it hits the first day of the transfer window, you know what the player wants, you know what the club wants, you know what the going rate is, and you go out there and you pay the money. I'm not going to hear my pucaria. I don't want to hear no excuses. At the end of the day, this is actually a situation that we can use to our advantage because for once, a player that, you know, as much as some people may say he's got a lot of talent, a lot of teams are looking at Balogun. He had a good season in Ligue 1, and it's reported that AC Milan, Inter Milan, RB Leipzig, Marseille, and AS Monaco are both looking in the striker after the good season he's had in Ligue 1. So the fact that there's a lot of teams out for him, yeah, we're obviously not going to be a straight swap, because let's be honest, as much as people may like Balogun, he's not at the same stage in his career as someone like OSIMHEN that won the league with Napoli. Let's use these teams against each other in a bidding war to get the price up. And we can do a deal with Napoli and say, look, listen, we're getting bids of this and that, of X amount, and then the cash that we need to put in extra to get OSIMHEN over the line is less because the valuation of our striker is more. They know that they're not going to be able to hold on to OSIMHEN, but at the same time, we have to go in there with a serious bid. Yeah, we have to go in there with a serious bid, but we can use this situation for a swap plus money. Obviously, swap deals, the majority of swap deals don't really happen. But when I saw this headline, Napoli looking at Balogun, well, listen, if they're looking in for Balogun, you can have him. As much as I think he's a promising player, OSIMHEN right now is the better player, and we need to get players that are ready right now. The reason we bottled the league, the reason we can't keep up with City, we've got too many project players that are going to be good in 3-4 years' time, according to these super fans. I don't get it, Sabed. Go out there and get me the top players now. In the striking department, there's not many. Harry Kane, will Tottenham do business with us? I don't really think so, especially with Real Madrid being interested in Harry Kane. Harry Kane, if he's got anything about him, would rather go to Real Madrid than come to Arsenal. Let's just be real. He's guaranteed minimum at least cups, so he's going to get silverware. There's not many world-class strikers right now that are in their prime. A lot of them are over the hill or at clubs that I don't really think that we can prize them away. Players like Lewandowski, strikers like that. OSIMHEN is somebody that has performed, has actually delivered, didn't bottle it, ain't part of no Project Youth. It's about Project winning the cups now, caramba. Not this pucaria about waiting in the past. So at the end of the day, a lot of times we heard this season for the reason for us bottling the league is the experience, or OSIMHEN's got an experience. Yes, it's not in La Liga or the Premier League, but he's got experience of being a winner. We need a winner. We need a striker that can bag goals. I'm not saying he's world class. I'm not saying, but at the end of the day, there's not many out there that are top strikers. That is actually a position that there's not many top players. Go out there and get it done. Edu, get up off the flipping barbecue. Yeah, get off the couch. Yeah, take your slippers off, get some shoes on, and this is where you start earning your money. So filo da puta. And stop relying on these links to Man City players and Arteta doing us a favor by going over to Man City and his reputation of getting players. If they want Balogun, then at the end of the day, there's two ways when I see this headline that we can maneuver. One, we sell Balogun, we prize Balogun up against AC Milan and all these other teams that are up for him. Whoever bids the most is the offer that we accept. If we can get even 40 to 50 million pounds, if we go in for OSIMHEN being touted for what? 100 mil, 90 mil, 110? Well, there you go. Half the price is already paid, half the fees already paid. Yeah? When's the last time we've seen this club go out there and do that? So at the end of the day, Get as much, squeeze the last bit of juice out this deal. Put that money towards a striker because we've got a lot of business to be doing if we're going to be serious about next year. And if this phase 3 or phase 4, whatever pucaria that they're coming out with, yeah, if we're ahead of schedule, well, we'll be ahead of schedule next season, and that will be winning the league. Because the only improvement we can do on second is being number 1 and winning it. And I think Osimhen could definitely give us something different. Some people may look at it and say, oh, well, Jesus is going to start. I don't really care which one starts. At the end of the day, it's good to have different tools in your toolbox. Not every tool is used for every flipping job. And there's going to be teams where Osimhen can exploit the space in behind. He's got the explosive pace. He's a better finisher. Or in games where it's 60, 70 minutes and we need a goal, you bring Osimhen in. It's not working with Jesus. He's not being clinical enough, and you bring him on. How long has it been since we can rotate top strikers at this football club? 20 years? 21 years? So at the end of the day, go out there and get it done. If they want it, then for me, I'll be pipping AC Milan, Inter Milan, RB Leipzig, Marseille, and AS Monaco all against each other for the signing of Balogun. At the end of the day, we see it get done to us all the time. We see us getting pipped against other teams for certain targets that we want. So we need to start doing the same thing. At the end of the day, it happened to us when we wanted Rafinha, when we wanted Mudryk, when we wanted Vlahovic, when we want all these players. At the end of the day, we need to be smart and make sure that the players that we're willing to let go, we get as much money as we can. For me, I would love to see Balogun as third choice. I'd like Nketiah to leave. But at the end of the day, if we can sell Balogun right now and use that money towards getting a striker like Osimhen, I'm all for it. For me, go for it. I think it's a no-brainer. But let's see, because at the end of the day, with this club, it's always the same pucaria. A lot of times, you know, the things that we want them to do, they don't be doing. So let's see what happens there. But that is the news that's coming out today about Napoli looking at Balogun. For me, I'm not really with this Project Youth players. I think we've got enough Project Youth players here. The new Project Youth. Yeah? We've got Champions League. According to all these Super Reds, now that we've got the Champions League, we can attract top players. Go out there and get it done. I don't want to get a striker I've not heard from the flipping Danish League or the Swiss League or no nonsense like that. Go out there and get me real jogadores de verdade que sabem jogar futebol e sabem jogar como deve ser. That is it. The next one. Arsenal to offer 2-year deal to Ilkay Gundogan. For me, this deal, just like the Kante deal when we could have got Kante instead of him going over to Chelsea, is too many years too late. We should have got this guy 5, 6, 7 years ago, and we didn't. And at the end of the day, for me, he's just, he's at the wrong stage of his career. Yes, he brings winning experience, but how long is he going to be at the top? For me, for the deficiencies of this team, the fact that we don't have a bench, the fact that we don't have a striker like Haaland, the fact that we don't have a midfield as good as Man City's, I think that him coming here isn't really going to move the needle enough, because I don't really think that we're going to go out there this transfer window and do the business that we need to do. I don't believe that it's going to be done. I don't think we're going to go out there and actually be serious, because in 20 years, I've not seen it done. Even the year that we came second to Leicester, the following season, did we go out there and get all the targets and all the players and all the positions that we need? No. Gundogan is in his mid-30s now. He's only going to start to decline. As much as I rate him as a baller, and I think he is an absolute baller, I don't see I don't understand Gundogan coming to Arsenal. The only way I see Gundogan coming to Arsenal is if we go out there and do what we need to do in getting a world-class striker, a winger that's better than Saka, even though I do rate Saka, getting a top world-class right back, getting a top CDM, getting a world-class number 10, getting a world-class deep line playmaker that can obviously rotate with Gundogan, yeah, and then getting another world-class centre-back. Then I could see getting Gundogan, okay, cool, because I think he's got another year or two in him. Then I actually think that, okay, we've got the structure, we've got the players, we've got the squad that can actually go on to win something. If we don't do that, I don't see the point of getting Gundogan. If you get Gundogan and he declines after 2 years and we haven't gone out there and got the players, by the time we've got the players, if we ever get round to it, getting these world-class players that apparently Champions League football attracts, Gundogan is now on the decline and he's not the player that he has been this season for Man City. So it doesn't really make any sense. If you're going to get Gundogan, and you better be getting players that are world-class right now, because you're going to have to squeeze the last bit of juice from Gundogan right now. Because in about a year or two, he's going to be declining. So for me, I'd rather go away from these Man City players, if I'm being completely honest. But Gundogan, I do think he's a world-class player. I do actually think he's one of their top 3 players in Man City. I don't think he gets enough praise. I don't think people rave about him enough. In clutch moments, he's been very, very clutch for Man City. Goals against Man United in the cup final, goals for Man City, you know, in the Champions League, in the Premier League. Every time that they need a performance, this guy turns up. Yeah, he might not be selected in the team sheet week in, week out, but when this team need a leader, this is what you call a leader. Not someone like Martin Odegaard that goes hiding all the time, that filo da puta doesn't show up when we need him. Yeah, and he's one of many. So at the end of the day, unless we're gonna throw everything at it, give this manager 300, 350, yeah, mil to spend plus Gundogan. I don't see the point of getting Gundogan right now because I just don't see it. You know, if you're gonna get a Gundogan, then you need to be having a team that can perform right now. And we have too many players like Fabio Vieira, like Odegaard, you know, that just aren't ready yet to be the support cast for someone like Gundogan. So what is the point? For me, I think we need to move away from that. I think Arteta needs to start making his own identity. I'm sick and tired of every day now. I keep saying the same bucaria. Oh, we're linked to this player. We're linked to another Man City player all the time. At the end of the day, if they're leaving Man City, if Pep is willing to let him go, then he must be saying something. Because I tell you what, when he got rid of Zinchenko, we now know why he got rid of Zinchenko. When he got rid of Jesus, we now know why he got rid of Jesus. These players aren't good enough. Yeah? They're not rubbish players, but they're not good enough. Or they're on the decline. It's one or the other. And for me, with Gundogan, if he's gonna let Gundogan go, I think it's because he's on the decline. That's what I think. At the end of the day, I'm not on these hand-me-downs from Man City. I'm not really on it, and I'd rather just go out there and get me a world-class player that is in his prime, 26, 27, 28 years old, that can give us actual multiple years of being world-class instead of a year or two at best of being world-class, and then we need to go back in to get another player. It doesn't really make any sense for me. You know what I mean? Especially at the age that he's at. I think it's a bit too old, you know? But that's the way I'm looking at it. For me, Gundogan, top player, world-class player, but how long is he going to really be at the top? That is the real question. And yeah, I mean, if he can hold being world-class for another 3 years, then I'd go for him. But I don't really see that happening. I don't really think that is the situation. So that's the way I see that. Now, moving on to the next headline. Burnley set their sights on struggling Arsenal man. Listen, pack your things, yeah? This filo da puta can go, yeah? Let's pay for his Uber, yeah? Edu, you go out there with Vinay, call him an Uber, yeah? Make sure you get him a nice cafezinho, yeah? From the breakfast bar, yeah? Give him a goodie bag, because you lot got hella merch, another season hella merch. Put that all in his bag. Put the fresh croissant in his bag as well, and goodbye. Burnley, you can go to Burnley, bro. You are not good enough to play for Arsenal Football Club. I've seen enough from this guy. Another one that ain't good enough. And one of the players that don't get mentioned enough because he hasn't made the Project Youth and Phase 3 look sparkling like these filhos da puta always want it to be. At the end of the day, there's been a lot of duds from Edu and Arteta in players that they brought into this club. Lokonga, Nontavaj, yeah? Marquinhos, these players ain't good enough. They're not good enough to perform right now, and the majority of them I don't think are ever going to be good enough. Tomiyasu, these men ain't good enough. Cedric, they're not good enough. Bye, goodbye, get your P45. Rua, tô cansado. I don't want to hear no more. Goodbye, see you later. At the end of the day, if Burnley want you, bye. I don't even care if they just give us back what we paid for him. I honestly couldn't care less. He's not been good enough. He's never performed. I'm struggling to even remember one good performance from Lokonga. Ain't good enough. Yeah, he can go. Eto cansado, I'm done. Let him go. Goodbye. Yeah, none of this sentiment thing. None of this. Oh, he'll come good. No. We're going up against Man City next season, and if we drop any lower than second, yeah, it's going to be a disgraceful season from the position that we're in this season. And if all these phases are about progress, we can't be regressing. This player is part of he is part of the bench that this fan base said was a light squad and weren't good enough, and we didn't have the quality on the bench. So if that is the case, which I do agree with that statement, get rid of him. Goodbye. Shao Hua, no more Fod Maja Cabeza, watching you not even being able to put two passes together, not being able to take on your man, not being able to create anything from deep, not being able to actually affect the game to make us win. I've seen enough. Yeah. There are players that I see that have raw talent, and I can say, okay, you are not the finished article, but I see something. Lokonga, I see nothing. This filo da puta is trash. Burnley is just about your flipping level. Goodbye. Pack your things. Goodbye. You know what? Fuck the croissant. Don't even get the croissant from the breakfast bar. Just get your stuff. Vinay's called you a cab. Goodbye. Not good enough. I'm sick and tired of this club keeping on players that have not been good enough. We've already kept on Rob Holding, giving him a new contract. I don't know why. There's breaking news that Reece Nelson signed a new 4-year contract. Yeah? For what? For what? Because I wouldn't say he was pivotal for us coming second last season. So why is this Philo Daputa being given another contract? But it's the same thing why I'm baffled why Nketiah got a new contract as well. Because at the end of the day, what did he ever do to earn the number 14 and 100K a week? What did he ever do? That bum got displaced this season in his position by Trossard. So at the end of the day, Lokonga, I've seen enough. Yeah, it's time to go now. It's time to go. Pack your lishu, pack your coisas, Ihuwa. Goodbye. Yeah, that's it. Maybe you can do wonders. Maybe he will be someone that is, good at being a big fish in a small pond. Maybe that suits you more. Because the standards of being a winning club at one of the biggest clubs in England clearly is too much for you. So listen, Rua, desculpa lá, meu amigo, mas o tempo já chegou. Yeah, the time has come and it's time to say goodbye. It's time to say goodbye. So that's all I got to say about Lokonga, and he's one of many that I want to leave. I was actually over the moon when I saw that news that Lokonga is getting linked to Burnley. They can have him. They can have him. We won't even bump you for him. You can have him, bro. Because we're not even going to take the piss like that. Because I didn't even rate him like that to even want more money for him. It is what it is. The next headline we got here. Zaha's £45 million dilemma. Crystal Palace, Al Nassr or Real Madrid. Looks like Zaha, his contract is running out. I think it's running out in June. His contract expires in June. I don't see why Arsenal would not go for Zaha. At the end of the day, it ticks a lot of boxes. Yeah. When we look at our team, the season just finished, we lacked experience. Well, Zaha's got experience. He's 30 years old. Yeah. We clearly have seen that getting players like Trossard, Zinchenko, Gabriel Jesus has pushed the team forward because they didn't need to adjust to the Premier League. They know how the Premier League rolls, and they just needed to adjust to the way Mikel Arteta plays football. We can have the same impact with Zaha. We already missed out on Zaha when we paid 70-odd million pounds for Pepe. Now is the time to go and get him, and you don't even just splash 70 M's. So at the end of the day, it's a no-brainer. If his contract's running out, go get him. Get him over the line right now. We need rotation in the wings positions. At the end of the day, we need competition for Saka. I think he can offer competition for Saka. We've seen that. A lot of these Arsenal fans always come up with the same merda. Oh, we don't want this player. How are we gonna play Martinelli if this player comes in? How are we gonna play Saka if this player comes in? At the end of the day, Trossard has not hindered Martinelli. If not, he's put another fire up Martinelli's back when we bought Trossard in January for Martinelli to realize you are not just gonna be in the starting lineup just because you're the best player that we have in that position. You know how someone that's up your ass and is ready to take your place. And every player at a top team needs that level of competition. And when all these filus that put all these super reds come with their pucaria about, but how do you think that Martinelli will sit on the bench? Do you think Saka will sit on the bench? Well, guess what? If we're winning games and winning major honours, they don't care. Because when top players are on the bench for Bayern Munich and they're winning major honours, you don't hear them complaining. When top players are on the bench for Real Madrid and they're not getting played week in, week out, you don't hear them complaining. You know why? Because even though they're on the bench and they want more game time, at the end of the season, they got trophies. Yeah, they got trophies to show that, you know what? It is what it is. For the betterment of the team, something's clearly working. Yeah, and you get the best out of those players because they have an incentive to bust their ass for every game that they're on. Also, we've also seen for 2 seasons running, Martinelli and Saka being burnt out. Yeah? Every time it's the crunch end of the season, it's the same pucaria that we see every time they get burnt out. So at the end of the day, we need adequate replacement. And I'm not talking about adequate replacement like Lokonga or Fabio Vieira for Odegaard. I'm talking about as good, if not better, ideally better. You should be improving on your starting lineup because clearly this starting lineup that we have, isn't better than Man City's. I don't even think the most positive Arsenal fan can say we got a better starting 11. And if we don't have a better starting 11, go and get better than what we have. Yeah, some people may say Zaha's not better than Saka. I don't give a crap. Yeah, he's definitely going to give him competition, and he's definitely a top winger. So that way, if anything happens to Saka, God forbid, if Saka's out of form, no one's going to be up in arms putting Zaha in his place or putting Martinelli in his place. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, I'm not here for none of that. Go and get Zaha over the line because we need to be smart. This player's contract's running out. Yeah, We can get him on the cheap, if not for pennies. Go out there and do what needs to be done. Zaha should be coming to Arsenal. We need to, this whole excuse about we didn't have Champions League football, the whole excuse about, oh, the squad is thin. We can't go another season with the squad being thin. Everybody already, I knew the squad was thin last season, yeah? When we bottled getting in the top 4, I knew that the squad was thin. It's 2 seasons on the run now, and a lot of these fans now are putting that out as a reason as to why we can't pip Man City to the title. So go out there and get the deals done. Edu, I don't know what this Philadelphia is doing, yeah? Because pre-season, this guy, his lips are moving, his gums are moving, chatting hella shit. Go out there and get it done, bro. I don't care how you get it done, get it done. Because since Edu has been at this club, I have not seen Edu, yeah, finalize a top player coming into Arsenal. Zinchenko wasn't Edu. Jesus also wasn't Edu. That was all Arteta links. That is why we got those players over the line. It was not Edu. So at the end of the day, go out there. All I've seen Edu go out there and do is bottle getting Buendia, bottle getting Mudryk, bottle getting João Felix, bottle getting Vlahovic, bottle getting Rafinha. I'm sick of that. And so far, bottle getting Caicedo and bottle getting Declan Rice. I'm not hearing none of this. Go out there and get it done. Yeah? You man are saying that, oh, because we've got Champions League, yeah, we can attract top world-class players. I wouldn't even say Zaha is world-class, but he's a top player. Then we should be able to get him easy. Just based off the fact, by a lot of super fans' logic, yeah, we should be able to get a player like Zaha over the line. Even more so with his contract running down. He's 30. He definitely wants a move. Yeah? All you got to do is go there, see how much he wants, see how much Crystal Palace wants, and that's it. Put the money on the table, money talks. Yeah? It is what it is. Make the player, at the end of the day, yeah, we can make him go on strike. We can make him force a move. Go to Zaha. How much do you want? That's what you're getting. How much does your agent want? There you go. Personal terms agreed. What does the club want? They're a little bit iffy about. Right, just kick up a fuss. Because we want you. Kick up a fuss. We want you. The contract's there. We just need you to make a bit of a commotion. Make it a little bit unbearable for the Crystal Palace owners to say no. And there you go. Sometimes you got a bully. We're the bigger club, so you should be able to flex your muscles. And clearly, we got Super Mick Arteta, the best looking Spaniard we know, and the best youth project out there in the history of football. It shouldn't be hard to tell Zaha and convince Zaha to come over to Arsenal from Crystal Palace now, is it? So it is what it is. And Crystal Palace, all due respect, you're a selling club. So go out there and get it done. I don't want to hear no excuse. This transfer window, eu não quero ouvir nenhuma desculpa para nada. Nada. Get these flipping deals done. I don't care. I don't care. We need 7 to 8 top signings. Yeah? And if we don't get that, best believe, yeah, we ain't winning the league next season. If we ain't being serious in this transfer window, it will just confirm once again, this club is not serious about winning trophies. But we'll see. I don't believe that they are, because in 20 years, I ain't seen Arsenal be serious about winning the league. It's always excuses. It's always we can't compete. It's always VAR's fault. It's always the referee. It's always oil money. I'm not hearing none of it. I'm not hearing none of it, bro. I'm not hearing none of it. What's this here? 70 mil standoff, United, Arsenal, Chelsea's shared target. Bro, I swear we scouted this guy in January. Why is it that we need the media to come out and tell Arsenal what the price tag is for Caicedo? We know what the price tag is. We probably already know what the agent fee is. We already know what the player wants in weekly wages. We already know what he probably wants in bonuses. Get it done. I don't understand. All I keep saying, I'm getting sick and tired, yeah? Already, the transfer window ain't even open. This is how crap we've been in the transfer window and how crap we have been as a football club. I'm getting tired already because they're already feeling, once again, these men are going to do the bare minimum. At the end of the day, yeah, in January, we scouted Caicedo, we scouted Rice. We knew how much the agents wanted, how much the players wanted, and how much the asking price is, what the magic number thereabouts is for Caicedo and for Declan Rice. If we're serious, we get the deal done. We don't keep hovering and waiting for other teams, yeah, to lose out on their targets to swoop in on these players. But best believe, when we dragged our feet about Rafinha, we lost the player to Barcelona. When we dragged our feet about João Felix, we lost him to Chelsea. When we dragged our feet, yeah, even though we was in talks with Mudryk. How many months were we in talks with Mudryk? We were in talks with that guy. Bro, if I was in talks with that guy, yeah, my girl would probably think that I'm trying to move to the guy. The way Arsenal were talking to Mudryk, we were in talks with him every week. We probably know what his favorite food was. We were in talks for months, yeah. Didn't get it over the line. Didn't get him signing on the dotted line early enough, and we allowed Chelsea to join in the race and get Mudryk from us. Now, whether you think that Mudryk is good enough or not, I don't rate him. The point still stands that every time a player's given them his word, or we are the front runners for this player and we're scouting him, the lack of movement from this football club, we always get pipped to our number one signings. The only time we get our players, yeah, is if they're players like Lokonga that nobody's heard of, or they're players like Jesus that no one came in with a bid that could, and that is why we get the player, because we were the best option. That is the only time. I want to see things changing, yeah? Day one of the transfer window opening, Caicedo, Declan Rice should be over the line. There's no excuses. We've been tracking these man since January, probably even before January. We know what the teams want. We know that Brighton are a selling club. That's the same way that we got Ben White from them. 50 mil. We didn't say, oh, what if we give you 35 million for Ben White and an extra player that you don't care about? No, we went in there. How much is the money? 50 mil? Even though at the time I thought it was teeth. Boom. The money's there. Pagamos o dinheiro. Both. We got the player. That's it. Acabou. That's it. There's nothing more to it. There's no links and, oh, secret price tag revealed. No. Player's given his word. No, you pay the money, boom, done. That's it. That's it. And you attack before your rivals have time, yeah, to lose out on their targets and then start looking at your targets. So Caicedo, all this 70 mil standoff, at the end of the day, yeah, if we're not serious and meet what they want for him, he's young, he's an upcoming player, he's an international, they're going to want top money. There's certain players you can wheel and deal, and there's certain players you ain't wheeling. There's no wheeling and dealing here. You know what I'm saying? Especially when Brighton know that there's interest from other top clubs. At the end of the day, it's not good enough. If we get into a bidding war, yeah, every time this club gets into a bidding war with a bigger club, yeah, the clubs around are bigger. Chelsea have won in Europe multiple times. Chelsea have been more successful in the last decade, yeah? Man United are a bigger club, the biggest club in England, and have more trophies and have more European heritage, because we have zero apart from the Cup Winners' Cup. Why are we going to allow Chelsea and Man United and other clubs that are probably monitoring Caicedo to get into the race? Get him over the line right now, yeah? Because at the end of the day, those clubs, regardless of what Arsenal have finished second, it doesn't matter, yeah? Chelsea have got a project. Whether you want to laugh at them finishing mid-table, it don't matter. Chelsea's process has actually got them 2 Champions Leagues and a Europa League and multiple Premier Leagues. Yeah, in spending money, yeah, until it works. Arsenal is on their 3rd Project Youth from the days of Fabregas, yeah, and Flamini and all them players there, to now, 3rd Project Youth, and none of them have ever got us a major honour. Go out there and get that player over the line. I don't want to hear nothing. Yeah, I want to hear nothing. At the end of the day, go out there, flex your muscle, put the money down, yeah, and make it seem like the player has no other option but to join us. I don't want to hear nothing. Caicedo better come. I'm telling you right now, Caicedo and Declan Rice better sign the thing. Or I'm telling you, I'm going to be sending for these filhos da puta that are not pushing my club forward and always want to come out with a flipping excuse. I'm not having it. Go out there and do what needs to be done. I'm not hearing about nothing. I'm not going to hear about, I don't care about the excuses. Go out there and get it done. Yeah? The fact that you lot are ahead of schedule, well, that should help you then. You know what I'm saying? I ain't hearing none of it. Anyway, we've got more news. William Saliba. Positive update on William Saliba contract talks with Arsenal. Listen, for me, when I saw the way I keep looking at this Saliba news, I just think that these man, yeah, Arsenal, I looked at it and I thought, you know what, yeah, these filhos da puta are sneaky, yeah. I reckon, yeah, that it might be a case where either we've already agreed terms of Saliba and he's just about to sign the thing, and once he signs it, we're gonna hold on till the last day of the window or the day after the transfer window closes, and then announce it in case we do the bare minimum, because this club loves to do that when it's the bare minimum. When we bought B, yeah, all of a sudden, to turn the season around to look like a positive, we announced the signing of Saka, even though we were in contract talks with Saka for over a year. So this club loves to withhold these contract renewals and stuff to push out good PR when the club doesn't do what they need to do, i.e. winning the league when you're 8 points clear, i.e. going into a transfer window and not going and getting your targets and allowing your rivals to pick your #1 targets. That's a perfect time for a club like Arsenal to announce the contract renewal of Saliba. So for me, I don't know, it's either that or we know that he wants to go to PSG. We know he wants to go to PSG. And I don't even blame Saliba if he wants to go to PSG. You're guaranteed to win at least the league or a cup. So you're guaranteed silverware. He is French himself, so he's back in his own country. PSG, I've got more of a chance of winning the Champions League than Arsenal. Let's keep it real, yeah? And anyone that says, oh, PSG don't win the Champions League. PSG spend the money to win the Champions League, and one day they will win it, yeah? Arsenal don't spend Champions League winning money, yeah? We're always penny pinching and going, oh, you know, undercutting the value of Declan Rice and Caicedo and these players there that can push us forward. So at the end of the day, they got a better chance and they got a better manager as well because he's actually got more major honours than Mikel Arteta. So at the end of the day, I can see why Saliba would want to go to PSG. If I was him, I would be on going to PSG because I ain't seen Arsenal been serious for 20 years. And until that changes, I'm going to keep saying the same crap. Tô cansado de ver a mesma merda. Year in, year out, mesma porcaria. Always excuses. Eu tô cansado. So at the end of the day, it's one or the other. Either he's already signed a contract with Arsenal and Saliba's probably only going to be announced as signing a new contract at the end of the transfer window when we don't do what we need to do to win the Premier League next season. Or it looks like the player, he's not interested in signing a contract with Arsenal and he wants to go to PSG. And we're trying to bide our time and convince him. It's one or the other. Either way, I don't understand why this is dragged on. Because we was in Saliba contract talks the same time we was in Saka contract talks. They're roughly around the same time. For me, I just find it mad because this project youth and this phase and this, trust in the process. Who's going to trust the process when our best players, don't want to sign on the dotted line? Now, obviously, Martinelli signed, Saka signed, but if Saliba doesn't want to sign, we're already seeing the dross of centre-backs we've got when we ain't got Gabriel and Saliba in the starting lineup. Yeah, Kivior ain't good enough. Rob Holding's been a bum and nicking a living here as long as probably Dyer has at Spurs. Not good enough, and it just doesn't make a fuss because he knows he's at a club that he shouldn't be at because he's dead food. So he won't kick up a fuss. That is the centre-backs that we have. Bro, if we lose Saliba, all right then. Cool, yeah? Cool. This is going to be a long-ass transfer window. Without losing Saliba, we still got eight to 7 players that we need to bring through the door. We got a lot of business to do. There's no time to waste. All of this trying to haggle for players, nah, we ain't got time for it. You know what I mean? But we'll see. We'll see. We know how this club moves. It's always about the bare minimum. Anyway, this club don't make the club accountable anyway. Everyone's twerking, legging it to the flipping armory to buy their new shirts and buy the new kits and everything. Inspired by the Invincibles. Inspired by the Invincibles, yeah? Cool. You better go out there and win me a flipping major honor then. That's all I'm saying. Because it's all good doing a kit that's inspired by the Invincibles. Go out there and flipping win me a major honor because there's no point, paying homage to the Invincibles, and then you can't even get a major trophy. What? It's mad, but they won't anyway. They won't. I already know they won't. What's this here? What's going on here? There we go. Ex-Gunner insists Arsenal target is more dynamic than Odegaard. That's simple, but listen, it is what it is, man. Kevin Campbell said that Egal talks football. My best friend, Egal. He said, I like Madison. I think he's a really good player. Could fit our squad. Of course, he could fit our squad. Listen, Odegaard is one of the favourites, and a lot of these Arsenal fans are more fans of players than of the actual football club. So a lot of them would be very hurt to hear Kevin Campbell saying that Madison is better than Odegaard, but he is. When you look at his goal contributions and his assists in a team that have got relegated, that's impressive. When you see his ability and the fact that he's still able to shine in a team that's been so dysfunctional this whole season, he's not that far away from Odegaard. An Odegaard that's in an all-flying Arsenal, this season, that was 8 points clear in January, 11 points clear of Man City. So at the end of the day, there's a lot to Odegaard's game that I don't like. And I think Madison is a lot better. And like I said, we should be buying from the Premier League. Because at the end of the day, we ain't got time to be bedding in certain players that ain't got Premier League experience. Of course, you're not going to find every player in the Premier League that you need. But at the same time, when there's a player like Madison, Leicester just got relegated. They are a selling club, with all due respect to them. We should go out there and get Madison easy. Him and Tielemans were already twerking with leaving the club anyway. So they're already unhappy even way before they even got relegated. So it should be an easy sell. We should go in there and get it done before we let one of our rivals come in and take Madison. But are we going to do that? I don't know. I never see Arsenal be proactive, only reactive. We'll see. At the end of the day, the midfield options that we got on the bench aren't good enough. So we do need to strengthen the midfield. And yeah, Lokonga ain't good enough. Who else is in the midfield? Fabi Vieira ain't good enough. ESR is always injured, so he's completely unreliable. Yeah, for all the talent that he has, he's unreliable, which is why I'd sell him. And it is what it is. It is what it is. But are we going to go and do that? No. When are Arsenal ruthless? When do Arsenal actually move like a big club? We don't. We don't. We just take our time, penny pinch, and then as soon as we can't get our certain targets, we start legging it for other targets, and it's too late. So it is what it is. I would take Madison all day long. I'll take Madison at the club. But I don't know if Arteta fancies him, because it seems to be that we have to just get every other ex-Man City player. Now, we got this news as well. Where is it? There. No, that's not the one. There it is there. Arsenal close to sealing contract with Reiss Nelson. From what I've seen, though, it actually has been confirmed. Some sources have confirmed that we got Reiss Nelson over the line. Hold on a sec. Let's see if anything else has been up. Well, not on OneFootball, but I saw another headline. I don't know where it's gone. That Reiss Nelson has signed a new contract. If Reiss Nelson has signed a new contract, that just shows you everything about this club. It's all about doing the cheapskate way. It's all about doing what's the easiest thing to do. Why are we renewing Reiss Nelson's contract? This guy ain't good enough. Can you rely on him? Yeah, can we rely on Reiss Nelson? Yeah, if God forbid anything happens to one of our starting wingers, can you rely on Reiss Nelson next season, yeah, to push us onto winning the Champions League or the Premier League? Because that should be the standard. And if he doesn't meet that standard, then he needs to go. Simple as that. I'm not saying he's a crap player, but he ain't good enough for Arsenal. Yes, he hasn't been given all the chances in the world, but I'm sick and tired of giving these players chances. I'm sick to death. I'm done. I am done. We are not ruthless enough. And this is why we continue with certain players that fail us year in, year out. Last season, we had the same bench, like Rob Holdings, Nketiah's, yeah? We bottled the target. This season, we continued, because we want to protect the value. And then what happens? We bottled winning the league. Fuck protecting the value, sell them, and get in better. That is it. Sell this guy and go get Zaha. That is it. There is no need for a new contract. This club is not serious. It's always about doing the cheapskate. It's always about doing the cheapskate. And if anyone even rates Reiss Nelson that much, why didn't he play a lot more games in this season? I didn't see Arteta relying on him like that. I saw when Arteta was backed into the corner, he played him. But he didn't rely on him the way he relies on Odegaard, the way he relies on Saka, the way he relies on Jesus if he's fit, the way he relies on Gabriel and Saliba. You don't rely on him like that. Even Ben White, he relies on Ben White more. I'm talking in terms of being selected in the starting lineup, being selected to play in big games. You know what I mean? I don't see that him doing that with Reiss Nelson. So why are we signing him to a contract? What? Because it's a cheapskate thing to do. Just renew his contract. There you go. Minimum finance needed. The same thing that we did with Eddie Nketiah. But a lot of Arsenal fans ain't going to see it. It's going to be the same Bukaria. Oh, but we're protecting his value. Oh, he can come good. Bro, I remember when we was getting told that Bojan, yeah, was going to be the next Lionel Messi. Yeah? What happened there? What happened there? Yeah? I remember when this club got Sonogo. Yeah? What happened there? I remember when Wilshere was going to be the biggest, the next Xavi and Iniesta, yeah, of midfielders. What happened there? Yeah? I've seen so many players at Arsenal and at other clubs that got all these big reputations and then they fall flat. Mudryk being compared to the Ukrainian Neymar, yeah? Has he been the Ukrainian Neymar for Chelsea this season? No. So at the end of the day, you can put all the, his trajectory and he's going to be this and he's going to be that. There's no guarantee that Reece Nelson's going to be a top player. Just because a player is under the age of 24 doesn't mean that he's destined to be a baller. More than not, most players that are picked to be world-class don't even become world-class. This is why world-class players come at a premium. So at the end of the day, there's always a bag of young players. But do they become world-class? No, Reece Nelson, I ain't seen nothing from him to say that he's world-class. I don't think he's a trash player, but he ain't world-class. Yeah? And the way we got rid of Pepe's a better baller than Reece Nelson. When you look at Pepe has better technique. Yeah? I've seen his ability to score is better than Reece Nelson. He's more clutch. Yeah? Okay, yeah, he makes things a little bit more complicated than Reece Nelson. I'll give Reece Nelson that Reece Nelson's more direct. But when you're looking at footballing ability, Pepe shits all over Reece Nelson. And Pepe was loaned out to Nice. And now it looks like we're going to get rid of him. So why are we renewing Reece Nelson to another contract? This club is stupid, man. This club is so retarded. It just doesn't make any sense. But it's all about the bare minimum. And they don't need to do the most because at the end of the day, it's not like sales are down. It's not like the merchandise is down. So at the end of the day, they're going to keep doing the bare minimum, isn't it? They're going to keep doing the bare minimum because the majority of fans lap it up. Can I get the link, please, bro? It's been a while. Listen, let me get through the comments and then I'll get you on, innit? I'll put the link out after I get through the comments, bro. Big up to you, Brandon. Big up to you. Message to Arsenal FC. Less paper talk, more action. Exactly, bro. It's a nonsense. You know what I mean? This football club cannot be trusted to do what is required. That will change. What is required. That will not change this transfer window. Yeah, I agree. Big up, bro. Big up to the familia, man. Listen, I ain't been doing a video every day, yeah, because I needed to get over the season. Yeah, I needed to get over this absolute bottle of a season from Arsenal. But now I'm back, yeah? Tamzaki. You know what I mean? I also started a new job, so I needed to get back into the flow. Things are still a little bit all over the place, but still, we're out here. You know what I mean? I'm on the Desperados, drinking Desperado. What's this? I think, yeah, the 650 milligram bottle. So we're out here. Got the cup. You know what I mean? I'm out here, man. I'm chilling. You know what I mean? Got the fan on. Got the vape. I'm chilling. Let's see what Edu does. Because I feel that I'm cooking the whole club. I'm telling you right now. And I'm clipping up all this PR that they did last season before the transfer window closed. I'm clipping up everything. Yeah, so I'm going to be clipping up. Anyone talking crap, yeah, during this transfer window, you're getting clipped up. Yeah, I'm just waiting. The transfer window ain't open. People ain't been really running up their mouth, yeah, like they were about flipping KPIs and phase fours and super computers. As soon as this fan base start talking nonsense again, I'm clipping them all up. You know what I mean? So make sure you stay tuned for that. Big up, people. My big concern with Arsenal is that Edu and the board won't be capable to bring proper players in key positions over the line. Bro, I completely get it because they ain't. Unless it's a Pep hand-me-down. Bro, you know what I mean? Like Pep's his big brother, bro. It's just hand-me-downs all the time. You know what I mean? I don't even know, bro. Like these men must say the same shoes and everything. Aren't the two players on either side Man City ex-players? Edu and Arteta can only get me hand-me-downs from Man City. Facts, bro. Facts. Big up, bro. Big up. Clubs are signing players before the window even starts, but Edu is still on holiday. There's no accountability, bro. There's no accountability. There's no pressure. He'll get another unknown from Brazil, like Marquinhos, and then loan him out to Norwich. It don't matter. You know what I mean? And then everyone's going to call it a 10-10 transfer window anyway. Last January was a 10 out of 10 transfer window. But then they started complaining that we didn't do the business. We were too light. Well, then make a ruckus when we're in the transfer window then and demand more. That's all I'm saying. But this fan base won't do it. Because us lot here, the Tropa Elite, we are the minority. The Rat Army, we are the minority. Arsenal some are going to be Declan Rice, Saga, and we need a far more than just Rice. Yeah, I can see that, bro. I know Gundogan is linked to us as well. Yeah, Gundogan is linked to Barca. That's what I'm saying. Every club, yeah, that we're fighting for, that we're getting to bidding wars for players, they're bigger clubs than us. Barca, Chelsea, Man United, all these teams are bigger clubs than Arsenal. Facts. That's not even an opinion. That is a fact based off of the major honors. It's a joke thing. But no, we're not going to be proactive. It's a joke. Big up Northside in the chat. Hope you're all good. Big up Northside. Have you got smaller or your desk has leveled up? Desk has leveled up, bro. The desk has leveled up. You know what I mean? The desk has leveled up. I've not got smaller. He's a top player, but why Arsenal only get players that they are semi-retired? Why can't Arsenal get players in their absolute prime? I don't know. I don't know. I would take Gundo. Cool. You would take Gundogan. For me, I don't know if he's gonna be at the top for much longer. And for that reason, I'd rather not. Before Chelsea players retired at Arsenal, now Man City players have their retirement at Arsenal. Facts. Facts, bro. Absolute facts. Arsenal only get anonymous project youth or we're a retiree home for big clubs. Nothing in between. Lokonga linking back up with company can be good for his career. Because under Mikel, he was never going to be a top player for us. Yeah, you can go. Yeah, you can link up a company. I don't mind, bro. Breaking news: Arsenal to sign Messi at 50, Neymar at 48, and Benzema at 45. Bro, it does feel like that, bro. It definitely feels like that. Please don't tell me we're linked to Zaha for the 10th year running, bro. It's either now or never because his contract is running out in June. There's no excuse not to get him. Do you know what I'm saying? But I get what you mean. Hi, Northside. How are you doing today? Bro, I'm good, bro. I'm good. Let me open up the window because it's boiling. Feels like I'm back in Lisbon. It was boiling, bro. I hope you're all good. I hope all of you lot are good, man. Big up to all of you lot. Make sure you're hitting the likes as well. Make sure you hit the like button. Help me with the algorithm. Victor Osimhen will come, is coming to Arsenal. Bro, hopefully, because at the end of the day, Man United are looking at him. Other teams are looking at him. You know what I mean? There's a lot of teams that need strikers at the moment. You know, Man United need a striker. Chelsea need a striker. I know they got Nkunku, but I don't know if he's going to be like a 20, 25 goal a season striker. So there's a lot of teams that need strikers out there. Big up Northside in the chat was good. See Nelson signed a 4-year contract. Yep. Heard about that. Saka's just been placed the world's top 3 highest value player. Why Arteta won't put someone above Saka, but agree we still need a good backup for him. Regardless of what his value is, it's irrelevant. Like at this moment in time, Saka ain't world class. Yeah, Saka ain't world class. Saka's on route to becoming world class. Yeah, and his numbers just keep going up. But at this moment in time, he's not world class. So go out there and get me a world-class right winger. There we go. As simple as that. Apparently, it's easy to do because we've got Champions League according to all these fans. So that's what I'm expecting. That is what I'm expecting. You know what I mean? So that's how I look at it, bro. Saka is not proven world-class. We don't have any proven world-class players. Saka is still potential. 100%. He ain't got the numbers to be world-class. And he hasn't got the consistency to be world-class. Not at a world-class level. He hasn't. He hasn't. So I completely agree. It's crazy Edu gone on holiday while transfer window open and he decides to go on holiday. Madness. Bro, because at the end of the day, yeah, he already knows the signings that need to get done over the line, they're easy signings, bro. He doesn't need to be here. And for us to get ex-Man City players, Edu doesn't need to be here, bro. Arteta's doing the transfer talks when it comes to Man City, ex-Man City players. So he knows that. Right now, he's getting ready for Carnival. That's it. Folks, it's going to be another damp squib of a transfer window and another season of failure. Rinse and repeat. I agree, bro. I agree. I think it's going to be trash. Haaland been voted highest value. Can't remember who's second. Saka came third. Eddie has shown us already he's not serious when it comes to transfer dealings. Man takes toe sniffing more serious than us buying and selling players. If Philip's on holiday, bro. He's gone Magaluf with the boys, bro. He's on a boys' holiday. Shagaloof with the boys. He's having a great time. He don't give a shit. He don't care. There's no pressure. It's not like his job's on the line. He doesn't care. You know what I mean? That's just what it is. I still think Saka is still overrated, but most of our fans gas up any player other than 3 months. Yeah, bro. It is what it is, man. They got their favorites and they get butthurt if someone like a Madison would come in and put Odegaard on the bench. But I say this, are you more of an Arsenal fan or are you a fan of the player? Because ultimately, if Odegaard or any of the starting lineup players go to the bench and we get better and they start and we win the league, surely you'd be more happy with Arsenal winning the league than your favorite player not starting every game. Like, I don't get it. These days, I don't understand that. People are more fans of players than their own club. You know what I mean? Like, they care more about the player. Not knowing that these players, they would ditch your club for a bigger club if the offer came in and the money was right. 7 to 8 top signings. I heard you say. You must be kidding me, mate. This is Arsenal Football Club. Listen, doesn't mean I think they're gonna do it, but that's my standard. That's my expectation. Caicedo should have been first one we got if we wait for Rice. Arsenal slow on everything. I get what you're saying, the way you worded that, but yeah, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying, bro. But this is this club, man. You know what I mean? They move in mysterious ways. We only get Poundland and always miss out on Harrods. That's all the time, bro. We get buy one, get one free players. You know what I mean? Meal deal players. Do you know what I'm saying? 2 for 1, buy one, get one free players. That's what we do. Car boot sale Arsenal. That's what it is. Car boot sale Arsenal. You know what I mean? I think our defense is very weak. How many of our defenders do you rate highly? Possibly Saliba and Gabriel, but they've been dodgy at times too. Gabriel, my preferred out the two. 100%. 100%. I completely get what you're saying. I completely get where you're coming from, bro. What's this here? Lenny Moon, big up to you, man. Big up, familia. Listen, big up. I appreciate the super chat. Share some love for the stream. Would you do a weekly show with Jez? Yeah, I'll do a weekly show with Jez. I don't mind. I'll do a weekly show with Jez. Listen, Jez, Lee, Kenny, Ken, all those, they're always welcome on my channel. I'm always happy to go on their channel. It's one of them ones, you know what I mean? That's familia right there. So yeah, man, Rat Army, you know what I mean? The Rat Army sticks together. We definitely stick together. But big up, bro. Thank you very much, Lenny, for the super chat. I appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it a lot. Ben White, Rob Holding, Tomiyasu, Zinchenko, none of these are good enough defenders. No. And then we're getting linked to players like Cancelo. Like, why are we getting linked to another defender that his best attribute is not defending? Like, don't make no sense. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. I really don't. We should be shoring up the amount of goals that we were leaking towards the business end of the season. We should be shoring up our defense, and we're getting Man City players that they deem not good enough for them because they actually want to go back to having proper defenders. It just doesn't make sense, man. It just doesn't make sense. I want to see Caicedo, Rice, and Vlahovic. We deserve it. I want to see that and more, bro. We got a lot of stuff to do. We got a lot of stuff to do if we're going to be serious. We need new defenders, a party upgrade, a prolific striker. I don't think they will get it done. I don't know, man. What's I say? Northside, you know we are not going to get the signings we actually need. No. By the end of the day, we have to talk about it, innit? Because this is our club, so we still have to talk about it, bro. We finished second, and we should have made at least 2 serious signings by now. But no, we'll get into bidding war, back out of the transfer, and sign some meaty player from Edu's friend's back pocket. Bro, you already know the excuses, bro. We won't go for the player, wait for another big rival to go in, and then say, oh, we couldn't compete because Man City, they got oil money and they were offering stupid money, and Arsenal didn't want to pay that money. And Arsenal, bro, this club, yeah, the fan base in this club, yeah, they give them all the excuses on the plate. This is why Edu's on holiday. Because it's not like anyone's going to be held accountable. If we miss out on Declan Rice and Caicedo, it would be, oh, they wanted too much money. We wasn't going to pay for that. FFP, we can't afford that. This and that. There's always a next excuse. There's always some book idea they come out with, man. You know what I mean? Welcome to PSG, William Saliba. Caicedo will be at Chelsea. I see that, man. You're 100% right at this season. I'm done with Arsenal. We are not serious. I'm done. It is what it is, bro. It is what it is. Big up, bro. Make sure you like and subscribe and turn on the notifications. Come on, familia. Make sure you be doing. Don't be a filo da puta. Don't ruin my cerveja, yeah? Don't ruin my beer. Make sure you like and subscribe. Or leave your comments down if you're vexed. You know what I mean? What's this here? No City player ever did what Kante... I don't know what you mean by that, bro. The way you wrote that. What's this here? Arsenal should get Madison for sure. Been saying it for years. Let me get the link in the chat. Brandon, if you're still watching, that is the link. Hold on. You could jump on, Brandon. Big up Northside. I wanted to ask you if Man United had a better season, because these thick fans on FTV wanted to say you guys had a better season. Well, football's about trophies. You won a trophy, we didn't. So yeah, you had a better season. It's as simple as that. Man United are getting Champions League football. Man United won a cup. So how have they not had a better season? I completely agree. Man United had a better season. Like, these men just want to paint this like it's the best season ever. We finished second. And to be honest, Man City, we were so crap, yeah, in the crunch in the crunch games that Man City were able to rotate their players. They didn't even have to take their last 2 games serious because we bottled it already. Like, bro, it's been a shocking season from Arsenal. But it is what it is, man. It is what it is. He'll throw away the FA Cup and the major honours again, and it'll just be rinse and repeat. Reece Nelson ain't the levels we need. He ain't, bro. Bentner saying he's the best in the world. Yeah, I remember that. That guy was a top dickhead. This is the calm before the storm. 100%. This club ain't going to do what we need to do. Don't forget, Northside is the Queen's death to why we didn't win the league. It'll probably be that why we can't sign players as well. The players are probably still in mourning or something. I don't understand what the Queen's death has got anything to do with Arsenal Football Club. But anything to make an excuse, innit? Anything to make an excuse. Madrid already locked up Bellingham. Edu still throwing darts at the wall to find signings. Facts, exactly. How can Madrid be able to sign Bellingham? I saw that today on the Football Terrace. How are they able to do that if you can only sign players once the window's open? It's mad. It's mad. Our club does everything backwards like subliminal messages. Bro, I'm telling you, it's mad. It is actually mad. Just think City used to buy our players. Now it's the other way around. Already on Jack Daniels Insider, bro. Today I don't know. If you're maybe you mean you're on the Jack Daniels Insider. I'm on the Desperados, man. I'm enjoying life because I already know what's gonna happen. So it is what it is, man. Where's the slipper? Listen, the slipper is for all of you lot. They're not hitting the like and subscribe, caramba. Hit the like and subscribe. Don't be a filo da puta. Don't be stuck on face flipping 4, yeah? And don't be on holiday like Eddie, because we got work to do, yeah? If we're going to win the league next season, we got work to do, which means you don't need to hit the like and subscribe button. And Eddie needs to get his finger up his ass, out of his ass and actually go for it. Today, West Ham are playing, yeah? I hope they win in Europe, just to embarrass Arsenal even more, yeah? Just to run it home how embarrassing this club is. I hope today West Ham beat Fiorentina. I hope they win it. Yeah, I hope they win it just to shame this club once again. Yeah, for how long? Yeah, 30 odd years of us not winning nothing in Europe. I hope they win it. Yeah, big up to West Ham. I hope you do it. I hope you win. Don't let me down. You know what I mean? Don't let me down. Brandon, I've already put the link out, bro. I've already put the link out. I put the link out, bro. What's this here? I've given up on Edu's transfer policy. What do you lot actually think? Who do you lot actually think we're going to sign? Big up Northside. What's going on with Saliba? He's looking to cut. Just remember how Arteta mugged him off at the start. He has no real ties to your club. Remember that, Arsenal fans. Bro, it is what it is, man. Like, I wanted him from time. It is what it is. Like, if we lose him, we lose him. Like, I'm at the point where, bro, it is what it is, bro. I rate Saliba, but I didn't like the way he was handled. I already saw that he could be a top player for Arsenal. Arteta loaned him back out to League One. This season, he's shown everyone how good the guy actually is. Yeah, getting young player awards out there in League One. This season, we've seen how good the guy has been. At the end of the day, I don't understand why his contract's not been signed, because Saka's contract's been signed, Martinelli's contract's been signed. You know what I mean? It is what it is, man. It is what it is. It's a joke thing. These fake fans are comparing it to our recent finishes, but it doesn't mean it's right to finish second. If Saliba signs a new contract along with Saka, if Saliba signs a new contract along with Saka, that's going to be the plus point for a bad transfer window. I'm telling you, it's going to be revealed at the end of the transfer window. Probably all of it to just disguise that we're not going to get the players that we need. I'm sick of all the bellends on AFTV. They don't represent us proper fans. They're all deluded big time. Bro, if I talk, I'm in big trouble. If I talk, I'm in big trouble. You know what I'm saying? Hold on a sec. Because you got someone backstage. Hold on. Let me put this here. There we go. Right. Brandon.
What's going on?
You telling me, bro?
That's better. I was like, Jesus, I'm gonna have to put my head above the desk.
I got you. Don't worry, man. I got you. What do you think? We're in talks with Gundogan and Cancelo. Balogun looks like Napoli are interested. Maybe we can use that as a swap deal, even though swap deals are very rare, to go and get OSIMHEN. So there's a lot of players out there. Zaha contract coming to an end. What are you making of the rumours so far surrounding Arsenal?
What do I think? I think you said it right at the beginning of the show, Northside. Fila de puta. That's what they are. Pussyos. All right. We're not a serious football club, are we? Let's be honest. We're not a serious football club. We've already shown it. You know, a serious football club, like somebody in the comments section had already said, would have 2 major signings over the line already. We're watching other football clubs sign players before the transfer window opens. Yet when I have this conversation with other Arsenal fans, they tell me, yeah, but the transfer window ain't open yet. And we put in 2 free bids for Moises Caicedo in January. Why is he not an Arsenal player now? De Zerbi said at the end of the season that Moises Caicedo and McAllister will be leaving the football club. So why is he not an Arsenal player already? Makes no sense, bro. You know, we've done this on numerous of occasions as well. We've gone in for a player in January. We've not got them. And then all of a sudden, they're not our first choice target anymore. Come the summer transfer window. Why? It shows a scattergun approach by the football club. We don't really know what we're doing. What else can I say? We don't know what we're doing. Edu don't know what he's doing. The geezer has picked the fucking month that the transfer window opens to go on his holidays. When he's had all year to go on a holiday, oh, it's okay. My turn to do my job now. I'll just fly out to wherever and just cook in barbecues and stuff like that. We're not a serious football club, Northside. I'm telling you. The moment that Reece Nelson contract was all but announced, that told me everything that I need to know about this football club. Straight away. We're not a serious football club. Saliba. Fancy offering your best defender 20 grand more a week than Eddie fucking Nketiah. Or, as Deji would call him, Nkitty Catty. Big up Dej, by the way. What can I say?
Do you know what?
What can I say?
I got this list right here, just to reinforce what you're saying. This list right here of done deals, confirmed transfers, yeah? Real Madrid have already signed Jude Bellingham. There's teams like Flamengo. There's teams, Zenit have already been able to get a player over the line. Bordeaux have already been able to get a player over the line. Strasbourg, Mainz, Bayern Munich, Villarreal.
I've got
Frankfurt.
2.
Yeah? Some of these teams, you'll probably think, are they bigger? Are they bigger than Arsenal? Are Frankfurt bigger than Arsenal? Are Villarreal bigger than Arsenal? Is Strasbourg bigger than Arsenal? Is Zenit St. Petersburg bigger than Arsenal? Are these teams bigger than Arsenal? Because they've been able to get their targets already. They got their transfer window already going. They've already confirmed transfers. Why are they able to already confirm transfers and we're still dragging our feet when this whole fan base come out with the same bucaria as always about, oh, we got a light squad. When we've been saying we had a light squad from 2-3 years ago, we've been saying is that we have had a light squad and we need a major transfer window and we need big signings to come in. So if we know that, and the fan base are finally, accepting that the bench and the players on the bench are not good enough. They weren't good enough last season for top 4. They're not good enough this season to win the title. Why are we not being proactive? Because there's loads of positions that we need to get players in. The season we bottled top 4, they said, oh, it was fine. When we got rid of 6 players in January, they said, oh, we're going to have a big summer. That big summer that they promised us, we were going to overhaul our midfield. We are yet to still do that. Yes, we've got Partey. Yes, we've got Xhaka, but he's going now. And yes, we've got Odegaard. But when you look at the bench, ESR's always injured. Fabi Vieira ain't good enough. And Lokonga ain't good enough. That midfield...
Is he going though?
Well, I don't care. Even if he stays in, good enough. Because we didn't win the league. So either way,
right.
it's however you want to look at it. Either way, whether he stays or he goes, it ain't good enough. We ain't leveled up. So either way, we ain't done enough in that midfield. The wingers, we only just started to address that. And we still need another winger for Saka because, surprise, surprise, he burnt out. The striker role, who was surprised that Eddie Nketiah ain't good enough? And on top of it, the fact that it's actually a disgrace is that Trossard played out of position in favour of our number 14 on 100k a week off of his fresh new contract. And yet we're still not signing players. It's incredible.
The point still stands though, Northside. Like, I'm being told by other Arsenal fans, the reason why we haven't officially brought a player yet is because we're waiting for Declan Rice. We're waiting to hear what's happening with Declan Rice. We're waiting because if Declan Rice doesn't come, Moises Caicedo is our second option, right? And these fucking idiots forgot that there's 4, 5, 6 positions that need filling within this squad. So, okay, we're waiting for Declan Rice. We're waiting for Moises Caicedo. Fine, fair enough. But go and do your other business. If you're waiting for them 2 players, there are other positions that need addressing. There are other players out there that you need to go and sign. There is no reason why you cannot go and sign them right now. But instead, we're doing the same shit that this football club always does. Pissing about, waiting around. I can guarantee you right now, right? I can already tell everybody in this comment section exactly how this transfer window is going to go. We're going to wait for Declan Rice. We'll put in a bid. It won't get accepted because we'll be lowballing like we always do. Then we'll find ourselves putting in another bid in 5 days' time, which won't get accepted. Then we'll put in another bid. And by the time we finally get to, the sort of money that West Ham are asking for, Moises Caicedo will already be a Chelsea player. And then on top of that, we may well get turned down by Declan Rice anyway. And then if out of the realms of possibility, Moises Caicedo isn't a Chelsea player, or Declan Rice is still available, and we get into a bidding war with other football clubs, do you think we're going to sign this player? Because Arsenal are proven time and time again, season in, season out, we lose out on our number 1 targets, mainly because we do not want to go the extra mile and stump up the money that is required. And that is why. Not necessarily because the player doesn't want to come, but because we are not willing to do what is required. Like I said, the moment we offered William Saliba 20k more a week than Eddie fucking Nketiah, the moment that Reece Nelson was offered a 4-year contract, that told me everything I need to know about this football club. And I'm telling everybody now, clip it if you like, Arsenal will not finish any higher than 4th next season. And that's if we're lucky. I don't care who we bring in. Declan Rice on his own is not enough. We need Declan Rice and Moises Caicedo. We need a number 9. We need a centre-back. We need a left-back. We need a right-back. We need a winger who can actually compete with Bukayo Saka. So we're not having to play him week in, week out. Does anybody actually think Reece Nelson is of the level? How long has Reece Nelson been here for? What, he scored 3 goals last season and that earns him a new contract? What the fuck? Like, what is going on at this football club? And the thing is, Arsenal fans will never, ever learn. And, we're being told, phase 3. We're phase 3 of the process. It's all right. We've still got 2 more phases to go. But then in the same breath, right, this is where Arsenal fans fail to use their brain, if they've got one in their head, by the way. Because apparently we're in phase 3. But then in the next breath, we're ahead of schedule. So if we're ahead of schedule, surely we're in phase 4, not phase fucking 3. Because there's only one extra step you can make now from where we ended up last season. We competed, regardless of whether we capitulated or not, we competed for a league title. Yeah? So the next step is win it. Go into my expectation for Arsenal next season, and I don't care what anybody else says, based off of what happened last season, my expectation for Arsenal this season is to win either the league title or the Champions League. Either or. If that does not happen, I want heads on a stick. And that's not just the manager. That will be Edu. That will be the board. That will be everybody that has contributed to this fucking shit. And all the PR merchants. I want all the journalists that have pushed out all this agenda. I want all the idiots who have sat there for 4 years straight telling me that Mikel Arteta is the man. I want
you know what it is, Brandon? You know, with all this news, yeah, we're going to get onto Carl Walsh. Carl, big up for coming on. I do want to get onto your opinion, mate, because when I look at it like this, when you're looking at all the headlines, all you see is the Declan Rice price tag revealed. This team are also looking into Arsenal's main target, Caicedo. So listen, everyone believes the news. Then we know what the price tag is for Caicedo. We know the teams are in for Declan Rice. We know how much they want. Everything's getting revealed. Yeah, the media absolutely know everything. So that means that we don't even need to go and talk to the player. We know what the player wants. We know how much the club want in terms of a fee. There's no excuse to not go and get it over the line. I thought we got Champions League. All we needed was Champions League. From these super fans, they told us all we need is Champions League to get world-class players. So we should be able to get a Zaha. We should be able to get Caicedo. We should be able to get Declan Rice. Because as good as they are, I wouldn't really classify them as world-class players. What do you think about it, Carl? Who do you think we're going to get?
Yeah, Norsley, first of all, thanks, man. I'm jumping on there for a few minutes and going for dinner. I just saw yourself from Brandon there throwing out facts there, so I said I'd join in for a couple of minutes to give my opinion. My opinion is this club is finished for the last 20-odd year. It's a farce, it's a circus. We're buying in players for this is not just today or yesterday. This is going on for the last 20 years. Players not good enough, not fit to wear the jersey. And here we are talking about Reece Nelson signing a 4-year contract. 60 grand a week. Why? What has he done? He's done nothing at Arsenal Football Club. He scores a goal against Bournemouth. No one has him building a statue outside the stadium for him. It's a joke. Where's the standards at this club? I don't know what to say. We're on about Declan Rice and Caicedo. None of them players to come to Arsenal. Not one of them players coming. Why would they want to come to that Arsenal team? We're not going to win anything, Northside. We're not going to win anything for the next fucking 10 years, man. Time for the Arsenal fan base to wake up and realise this. The manager is not good enough. The ownership is not good enough. The players are not good enough. They're bottom jobs. We have Odegaard as captain. It's a disgrace what's going on. We're buying in dogs. Come on, give us a break. Reece Nelson, 4-year fucking contract. This is what I'm looking at. And we're supposed to be competing to win the Premier League next season. Not a chance.
Do you know what makes no sense, mate? You're completely right. You're completely right. You know what makes no sense? Doing the same idiotic stuff, expecting different results. Last season, we went with the same Deadwood that we know that has failed us. We bottled top 4. This season, we continue. I said this on Jez's channel, yeah? I said this on Jez's channel a couple of days ago. I can already see the standard of this fan base, even when I went to the stadium tour. I've actually moved job, and as my leaving present from the boys that I work with, they got me 2 tickets to the stadium tour. The stadium tour starts in the Armory. You have to go through into the Armory to get into the stadium tour. So I was already like, all right, you can already see what this club is about, already pushing all that merch onto you, and you have to wait half an hour. Yeah, that gives you enough time to roam around and get tempted by all the shirts and all the merch and all the other bull crap that they're selling. And then you go on the stadium tour. When you start the stadium tour, the trophy cabinet is not part of the stadium tour. Now, I've been to the stadium tour for Benfica. They show you they show you the trophies within 5 minutes of being on that stadium tour. You get to see all of the trophies, and you don't just get to see one Portuguese FA Cup. You get to see every single one of the ones that they won. I think they've won 20 odd Portuguese FA Cups, the equivalent. And at the time, it was 37 league titles. This year's made it 38. You get to see all of them. And the 2 Champions Leagues that they won in the 60s with his debut, you get to see it. And then they've got all the cups that have been discontinued of competitions that were discontinued with time and competitions changing names, etc. They've got so many trophies. They've got tall ceilings and they've got walls, clear glass walls with trophies all around. And there's multiple rooms to show you how big the club is. My girlfriend, she's from Islington, yeah? She said she went to the Benfica tour with me. When it was the Arsenal one, she goes, this is a disgrace. Where's the trophies? I asked the guy at the end of the tour, after going in the press conference, he said, as a freebie, because you guys, I like you guys, you can go in and see the trophies as an extra. I said, extra? That should be included. That should be one of the first things you see. You're showing me all these pictures and all this merchandise and the press conference. That's all nice. But what about the trophies? What this club is actually built on, winning trophies. Then you go to the trophy. So we went down to the trophy. You know what I saw? 1 Premier League, 1 FA Cup, and that was about it. That was about it. A couple of statues. They got a couple of statues of 1 or 2, a couple of players, old players, and then that's it. It's small. I think it's the size of what? Probably the size of my kitchen. Disgrace. And that shows you everything. And you know where that tour finishes? Back in the Armory store. Why? Because it's all about merchandise, PR, and all this crap. And from when I started the tour to when I came back to the store, because that's where I had to get out of the Arsenal tour, the whole shop is filled of people spending money. Why is this club going to go out and get Declan Rice? Why is this club going to go out and get Caicedo? You lot ain't demanding it. You lot are spending your money. I could have bought the new Arsenal shirt if I wanted to. I was right there. I could have got the kit, the training kit. I said to her, I'm not even buying a keychain. These filhos da puta won't get 1 touchdown, not 1p from me. Yeah? Not £1 from me until they fix up and actually go and buy the players that are necessary. I'm not spending my money. Of course it's hard because I love this club and I want the best for this club. And as a supporter, I want to have the shirt. I want to have nice things I can show my kids. This is when I bought this season's kit and this is my shirt and pass it down to us. But I'm not doing it. Until they do what needs to be done, I'm not doing it, mate. And I'm sick and tired. Yeah, today's pissed me off now that Reece Nelson signed another contract. What difference is that to us signing Rob Holding and Nketiah? Was Rob Holding pivotal to us getting second place? No, he wasn't. He let us down. And then Kivior had to play because he was dropping stinkers. Was Eddie Nketiah good enough? No, he wasn't. Because we had to play Trossard in that position. It's a joke. It's a joke. Brandon.
I don't know, boys.
Big up Cliff for the super chat.
What can we say? Big up Cliff. Big up Cliff. Keep that money coming in, boy, with the super chats. Make sure you're funding the real Arsenal fans because all these other idiots. Oh, I don't know. But
lads, it's like what you said there, Northside, about the merchandise. The fucking jersey has 3 golden stripes on top there, and it's representing what we done 20 years ago. The Invincibles. And these bunch of clowns is going around wearing this new jersey with the gold ribbon or the gold stripes and the record that we had with the 12 draws and the 28 wins, whatever the hell it was. And it's all PR. It's all crap. Tony Adams questioned I did a video the other day. Tony Adams questioned the mentality of this team. And the Arsenal fan base running down Tony Adams. What kind of mentality has Tony Adams got? What is going on here? Am I missing something? Am I doting here? I just don't understand it, lads. I'm so annoyed. You're right, Norsa. I'm not paying 1 cent for anything from this club till I see that we're actually doing something. Instead of all this bullshit year in and year out.
It is what it is. It is what it is, mate. At the end of the day, they've got this transfer window to prove us wrong. But at the end of the day, I don't see it getting done because there's no demand. I think I saw a headline. I saw a headline on one football app. Stocks are up. Stocks are up at Arsenal. Yeah? But you know why? Because we were actually competing this season. I know we've bottled it at the end, but it's no surprise that the shares, the value of a club goes up the more they start trying to compete for major honours. When we wasn't competing for major honours, we're declining. Tottenham started passing us in terms of revenue, in terms of everything. But at the end of the day, what annoys me with that is I feel like the Conkeys will look at that and say, well, job done. Because every Arsenal fan that I complain about this manager to, about the way that we buy players, they say, oh, but the Conkeys, they're only here for the money. So why do you support a regime that is about winning money or prioritizing money over winning major honours? That is what I don't understand. Why peddle out these flipping phrases if you tell me that the owner and the head of this Project Youth or put this manager with this Project Youth in place is more worried about financial gains than winning silverware? I mean, I don't get it.
It's all there for everybody to see. But they're just walking around with their eyes shut, bro. You know? Walking around with their eyes shut. People can say that we're negative and that we complain too much and blah, 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 blah. Kyle just hit the nail on the head. 20 years. 20 years since we won the league title. We're bringing out a shirt to celebrate a team that did it unbeaten. Instead of striving to be like them, we're just going to go, that's all right. We'll just honour them by chucking out a shirt. Do you think any of them players are going to be wearing that shirt next season thinking, rah, I've got a point to prove here. It's been 20 years since we won the league. Got a point to prove. Look at the players that we're chasing as well, right? Rice and Caicedo. I think we're right to be, chasing them type of players. Cancelo. The guy who can't defend, yeah? We've already got one player at our football club that plays in our defence that cannot fucking defend, and we're going to add another one. Do we not learn? Do these guys that manage the football club and all the staff members not look back at past games and go, oh, actually, that was poor, Zinchenko. Where was you for that goal? Do they not look back at the stats and go, oh, in our last 9 games, we conceded 16 goals. 3/4 of them 16 goals came down the left-hand side where Zinchenko was playing. Why? Because he wasn't in position. Because he can't defend. I know, let's go out. Let's buy Cancelo. Let's buy Cancelo. Dickheads.
Look at this here from Cliff. And big up to you, Cliff. This ain't an attack, but you can have your opinion. I don't have to agree. Again, I think you lot are being harsh on Nelson. He hasn't been given a chance, lads. Listen, you're talking about harsh. Sport is harsh. Yeah? How many players that that are in the Arsenal Academy that don't make it past 18? How many players are in academies and don't make it in football? I know because one of my cousins, he was in academies and he didn't make it. I don't hear no one complaining about, violence for all the players that never made it. I tell you what, Reece Nelson, he's set for life, whether he's at Arsenal or not. He's set for life. Yeah? And he can retire probably 30, 40 years before me and you can. And you're telling me I'm being harsh. I'm being harsh.
Let me debunk this
Listen,
right now.
please.
Let me
Yeah.
let me just debunk this right now, right? And again, I mean, no disrespect to Cliff whatsoever, right? Big up yourself for being in the chat, asking us questions and stuff like that, sending in super chats. Big up. If Reece Nelson, right, was that good, then he would have been given a chance by now, right? Prime example being last game of the season against Wolves. There's nothing to play for. Man City have already won the league. We've already established that we're going to be finishing second. Nobody else can take us over. We've gone out of every other cup competition. So why, if Reece Nelson was that good, why didn't Arteta play him on the last game of the season? Why did he start Bukayo Saka like he does every single game? You know, you're talking about Reece Nelson not being given a chance. When do you think Reece Nelson's going to be given a chance this season? Because he ain't playing Premier League because Saka will start ahead of him. And he certainly ain't playing Champions League. It's not like, you know, we've got Europa League football anymore where you can kind of afford to play your Reece Nelsons and your Eddie Nketiahs and that in the group stages. Champions League football is competitive as hell. It's like playing Premier League football week in, week out. So at what point do you actually genuinely think Reece Nelson is going to get any form of an opportunity anyway?
Brandon, it's easy. If Saka
The
gets
guy's not
injured,
good enough.
if Saka gets injured, yeah, let's say 2-3 games into the season, he gets an injury, he's out for the whole season. Are you comfortable going the rest of the season with Reece Nelson? If no, you're already agreeing that he ain't good enough. So that's it. Would you go with Reece Nelson as a second option if Bukayo Saka, God forbid, has a season-ending injury? Because if you don't, he ain't that great, is he?
Exactly.
Our side, Brandon, Nelson wouldn't make the Liverpool team. He wouldn't make the Man City team. He wouldn't make the Man United team. That's all you need to know about Reece Nelson. If he's not able to make those teams, he might not even make the Newcastle team. If he can't make those teams, well, why is he at Arsenal Football Club?
Exactly.
That's the mentality that we have as a fan base. Reece Nelson is not going to win us any Premier League title. Forget about it. That player is not good enough.
I don't understand all of this. Like, people are defending this Reece Nelson thing. Oh, but he's all right. He'll be all right as a backup. We're striving to be Manchester City. Manchester City play Mahrez. Guess who's on the bench if Mahrez has a stinker? Phil Foden. Oh, on the other side they've got Jack Grealish. Oh, guess who they can bring on for Jack Grealish? Do you know what I mean? They're not sitting there going, do you know what? We've got this young academy kid, hasn't really been given a chance. We'll offer him a new deal and, we'll kind of play him in the FA Cup games. And they went out and they brought proper players to compete with their first team players. And they've got that, not just in them positions. They've got that all over the pitch. All over the pitch. Arsenal haven't got any of that. If we don't play Gabriel Jesus, who is going to play up front? And Jesus isn't even that great. And I said this, and I know you did as well, Northside. When we signed him, the guy never, ever, ever, ever in his entire Premier League career has scored more than 12 to 15 goals a season. And guess what? He scored 11 goals last season. Do you know what I mean? And the only reason that we got away with it as well is because we shared goals around the pitch. Martinelli was scoring. Saka was scoring. Odegaard was scoring. Even fucking Nketiah scored a few goals. But if them players didn't step up and score the amount of goals that they've scored this season, that Gabriel Jesus signing, we'd all be questioning it. Every single one of us. Because it is not good enough scoring 11 goals in a season, whether you've had time out injury or not, as the main number 9 at Arsenal. You need a 20 to 25 goals a season bagman. Do you know what I mean? But players, oh yeah, but Jesus, he does all of this hold-up play. He makes better players around him better, blah, blah, blah. Bored of it.
Look at this comment from Cliff again. And you know what? Big up to Cliff, yeah? At least you disagree respectfully. So I'm not going to disrespect you and I ain't going to cuss you. Big up to you. You're entitled to your opinion and you're being calm about it. So I'll be calm. You do say, even though I disagree again, I would love to have someone else. And yes, maybe he isn't good enough. But under Arteta, you can't tell, lads. Well, I'll tell you this. We signed Nketiah to a new deal. Even though we said he ain't good enough. Has he looked any better? Because I don't think so. And if so, why was Trossard playing in this position? Yeah? Even Arteta that re-signed him on a new contract didn't trust him over a player playing out of position. That tells you everything. Out of position. That tells you everything. Then you've got Rob Holding. That yes, when we had one of our main centre-backs out, he went to Rob Holding. He quickly saw that was a mistake and put Kivior there. What does that say? These are two players that I've proven they're not good enough for Arsenal. He's re-signed them and it hasn't worked out. And ultimately, this is the bunch of players that week in, week out are on the bench that this fan base call a light squad, which is basically a nice way of saying they ain't good enough. So why are we going to re-sign another one? If he had success with Rob Holding or Eddie Nketiah and we saw something different, maybe then you have a point. Maybe then I can say, all right, even Xhaka, yeah, he was good this season, but when it really counts, when it comes up to the crunch games, was he pivotal? No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't. You know, the performance against Brighton and other teams, Southampton, West Ham, he didn't turn up. So once again, even when you're getting a Granit Xhaka, even at best when you're stretching for Granit Xhaka, ultimately, we saw that he isn't good enough. So why are we going to do it again with Reece Nelson? It makes no sense. The two excuses was a light bench and inexperience. Well, Reece Nelson continues the inexperience because he ain't won nothing. And he ain't been pivotal in any teams, even on loan, to winning anything. So why are we going to keep him here? You can't complain that we have not good enough players on the bench, but all the players that we name on the bench, you want to re-sign. It makes no sense. ESR, the same thing. For as much talent as he's got, I'm sorry, if you're always injured, I've seen it with Diaby. I've seen it with players at Arsenal. I remember when the whole Diaby time, we had so many players on the bed, on the medical chair, on the medical table. It was a joke. It was a joke. It was like NHS Arsenal more than Arsenal FC. And what happened? For all the talent Diaby had, and everyone that saw him in training and Arsene Wenger raving about, we never got to see it. Do you know why? Because he was always injured. So the same with Wilshere. Same thing with Wilshere. Wilshere was supposed to be the big star. The performance he had against Barcelona, against Xavi, Iniesta, he was supposed to, but the injuries showed that we got robbed of seeing the best of him. You have to cut your ties. And the teams that cut their ties, Bayern Munich cut their ties when they started seeing things weren't running the way they wanted under Nagelsmann. They stay on top. Real Madrid do it. They stay on top. Barcelona do it. They stay on top. They don't say, "Oh well, you know, we have to persist with this player." Why is it only loser clubs that we do that? Tottenham have been doing that. And in the team, they now got a starting lineup with the majority of that team with a bench under Poch. Prime Poch, yeah, at Tottenham. Those players like Dyer on the bench, now that they're starting lineup. Why? Oh, we got to persist with him. Oh, we got Tottenham fans. Oh, we got to persist with him. Or we can do a job. And then those players become a cancer because they stay long enough to continue to be a bigger problem. The same with Man United, Maguire, yeah? Phil Jones. All these men that ain't good enough, yeah? Oh, no, give them another deal or we can do a job. And then ultimately, they ain't good enough. But, oh, we have to protect their value. And then ultimately, what's going on now? Ten Hag has had a disjointed team. Too many players there that have been underachieving, staying. You've seen it at Man United, Tottenham, and Arsenal. And what's the correlation between the three? We ain't been winning major honours in the last 10, 20 years. That's it.
A prime example of a player as well, right? Because you just mentioned Bayern Munich there. Thiago. Arguably their best midfielder. And they let him go. Why? Because they knew the player was on decline. What's he done at Liverpool? Nothing. Nothing. The guy's always injured. That's what a
Talented
big
baller.
club does. That is
Absolute
what a
baller,
big
but
club
injured.
does. Yeah,
Fact.
regardless of how good the player is. And that is also why you're seeing Manchester City, you know, not handing out new contracts to Gundogan. The guy's their captain. The guy has been their best player in the last 8 games of the season. He has stepped up in the big moments. He is going to captain them to a treble. And they're not even, well, they're how do you put it? They're not, bent over a barrel saying, "Oh, please, Gundogan, sign your contract." They've offered him a contract, and they take it or leave it.
Martial, great example. All the talent, great player, never available. What is the point? What has he done for Man United? What's he done? Because he ain't been pivotal in anything. Great example, Martial, bro. Because I actually think he's a baller, bro. You know what I mean? As an overall striker, he's better than Rashford. Never available, though. So what is the point?
Exactly. But just to come back to this Gundogan thing, right? Man City are not out here handing out contracts left, right, and centre to players that haven't done anything. They're reluctant to give their fucking treble-winning captain a new contract because they know that they can move on and do better if they really wanted to. But the reason why I take Gundogan at Arsenal, right? Because I said this in the comment section earlier. We lack leadership and elite mentality. That guy is a proper leader with a proper elite mentality. And that, for me, would be the reason why I would sign him, whether it be on a short-term deal or not. I would sign him as long as it was him coming in alongside Caicedo, Rice, the number 9 that we need, the defender that we need, the left back that we need. If he was an extra signing to the players that we'd already brought in, then I'd be happy. But I see, I'm with you when you say, it's a pointless signing if you're only going to sign him and you're not going to get what's required. So, I don't know. It's a weird one for me because it's like I would take Gundogan at Arsenal for them 2 qualities in particular. And it's not like a Jorginho either, because if you remember rightly, in January, people was telling us, well, Jorginho's coming in for his winning mentality. He was a Ballon d'Or bloody whatever it was, and this, that, and the other. Gundogan is actually a proper winner, a proper leader, a captain.
He's a winner right now, not back when.
Yeah, right now, not fucking 20 years ago.
Exactly.
When he actually had his Brazilian passport, and now all of a sudden he's Italian because he can't get into the Brazilian team. Yeah, Jorginho. Fucking hell.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I get why you say you want him. Fully get it. But I just feel like if we're going to get him, then get a Marquinhos that we're only going to see if he's good enough in 3-4 years. Or go get another Lokonga and a Tavares. These kind of players to be around him in the transfer window. Well, then we're not set to compete next season. We're not, because we ain't got players to compete next season because they're all players that need to develop. This guy ain't got time to develop. So if you're going to get a Gundogan, then you need to go get someone that can bag you 20, 30 goals a season right now. You need a number 10 that can chip in with goals and assists, yeah, and be prevalent in major games, yeah, in the crunch end of the season right now. You need a left back that can defend right now. That's what I'm saying. So if we're not going to do that, it's irrelevant because we're just going to waste the potential. Like the little that he's got left, whether we think a year or 2 years, we won't know until, that time comes. We're not going to get the best out of him. It's the same that we did with Ozil. it will be literally the same thing that we did with Ozil. You got Ozil, it's prime Ozil. The day that we signed Ozil, he was still world class, and we didn't build around him. Man United got Pogba. He was a top-ass player. I think Pogba, the way he's disrespected in this country is mad. He's a baller. Yeah? Did they build around him? No, they didn't. Getting him, trying to shoehorn him into positions that he can't play, that is not his style, is not his strengths, expecting him to do everything, didn't build around him, it wasn't cohesive, the club was all over the place, and then they didn't get the best out of his talent. But soon, within that same time, when he was used in the French team, where the manager understood him, understood his attributes, understood that he's an attacking player, he's a player that got flair, that's got vision, you don't shoehorn him to be a CDM. We saw him and what he done for France. So that's how I look at it with Gundogan. I just think it's a waste of time because I don't think that we're going to do what needs to be done.
Imagine Pogba alongside Casemiro now. Do you know what I mean? Different altogether. Instead, that guy was having to play with Muck fucking Fred. Do you know what I mean? Muck Fred. But I don't know, North side. What can I say?
I disagree with this comment here. I disagree about bringing in Gundo. He's old, he's won it all. He would have no ambition to win titles at Arsenal. He would only come for the bag. He would look like Denilson at Arsenal. I'll tell you this, yeah. Look how hungry Benzema's kept. Look how hungry Ibrahimovic is kept. A lot of these players are hungry because they go to clubs. Ibra not as much, but they go to clubs where the standard is to win. And when they're at clubs where the standard is to win, they continue to be winners. Do you get what I'm saying? So he will still have ambition if this club is all about winning. But if this club is not about winning, then yeah, he's going to be, eventually he'll be like Ozil. Oh, F it. Like, I'm just here for the pay. I got a great package. I got a great payday. Why bother? You're not building a team around me. You ain't providing me with a striker I can feed. You're not giving us a bench that, you know, we got proper rotation. You're not giving me star players to play around me so that the burden's not just on me. So I agree that I don't think that we should go get Gundo, but your reasons, I feel like if a player's a born winner and that club have the same mentality, we've seen Lewandowski, we see older players continue to go out there and be hungry for major honours, but it correlates with the team that they're at also having that standard.
Yeah, no, I agree.
It's one of them ones. It's one of them ones, but it's one of them ones, bro. But listen, Brandon, love for jumping on, bro. Love for jumping on.
Did we expect any different though, Northside? Come on, did we expect any different? I had hope that Arsenal would do what's required this summer, but that hope quickly vanished. Do you know what I mean? Like, did we truly, actually, really expect it to be any different? You know, and everybody's laughing at Tottenham because they're going for Harry Maguire. At least they're going for a player. Do you know what I mean? We're just sat here on a hand. Do you know what I mean?
Oh my god! I did find that hilarious. As soon as you think that it's bad at Arsenal, yeah, I can't lie. They always know to top it. Like, they always top it. Like, I don't know how they do it, but it's like when I saw Maguire, the manager they got, I don't think he's that bad. And I think it kind of suits them.
I think they've hired the wrong man.
Huh?
I think they've hired the wrong man.
Who's going to want to go to them? There's better managers.
Listen, Northside, if they've got Eric Dyer and Harry Maguire in defence, they need Southgate, bro. Nobody else can work with that. Southgate. Yeah, they should have got Southgate if they're going to go with that as their two defenders. Do you know what I mean? Because them two, for as bad as they are, they always seem to start for England, and that's why we win fuck all as well. So as they should have got.
Bro, I can't even climb them for their manager. Their manager's got more major honours than our manager. So even this guy coming in now, he got more major honours, bro. I can't lie to you, bro. Like, at the end of the day,
that ain't difficult, is it?
But there you go, innit? There you go, innit?
Yeah, but look, has he won the Community Shield though? Do you know what I mean? Has he won it?
If he ain't won that, then yeah, we don't.
If he ain't won that, he ain't a real manager. Because that is the only trophy that Arsenal fans can actually hold Arteta to, by the way, right? Because a lot of them like to say, "Oh, we won the FA Cup." Yeah, okay. How many of them players that he won the FA Cup with still start for Arsenal now? Saka, Xhaka, and Xhaka's on his way out as well. So really, what you're saying to me is he won the FA Cup with Unai Emery's squad. He won the FA Cup with a squad that he deemed not good enough, because every other player that was part of that squad, apart from Rob Holding, by the way, who don't play anyway, and Gabriel Martinelli, who wasn't part of the FA Cup run anyway, because I believe he was out injured, has left the football club. So that shows, you can't really, and I say that to people and they go, oh, yeah, but he still had to win the FA Cup. Fair enough, he still had to win the FA Cup. But it's not about that. It's about what is he doing with the players that he's got at his disposal now, which, by the way, are his players.
Yeah,
He's spent the money. He's gone out there. He's brought these men in. And I had a look on Transfer Market the other day. He's signed 21 players since he's been Arsenal manager, by the way. 21 out of a 25-man squad. He has signed 21.
Is Trusty coming back? Is Marquinhos coming back?
Apparently, Trusty is being sold. Yeah, genuinely. Trusty's being sold, right? Because Trusty was only really signed because at that time we had to all trusty the process. And now it's not a process anymore. It's a phase. Okay? So we don't need Trusty anymore. We've got our little PR out of him, so we can sell him now, right? Absolute bullshit. Anyway. So, yeah, apparently we're selling him. I don't know about Marquinhos. Obviously, is it Charlie Patino? He's on his way out.
How? I swear he was supposed to be the next Madison or something.
Yeah, I know. And the funny thing is, though, Northside, is James Madison is available. Why haven't we gone out and signed him? Do you know what I mean?
Maybe because he doesn't speak Portuguese.
Yeah. I mean, fucking hell. Why? Like, why can Arsenal not do the simple thing? If you look at the relegated clubs this season, Leicester, Leeds, Southampton, James Ward-Prowse. Does that improve our squad? Not our starting 11, but our squad. Yes. Lavia. Is that his name? Lavia?
Yeah, Lavia, yeah.
Yeah. Does that improve our squad? Yes. James Madison. Does that improve our squad? Yes. I would have even said about going for the what's his name? Ricardo Pereira. But the guy's always injured. Apart from that, if he was going off of ability, you could go and get him as a backup. Would that improve our squad? Yes. You can look at Leeds as well, even. What's his name? Rafinha? Is it Rafinha? Yeah. Is he better competition for Bukayo Saka than Reece Nelson? Yes, probably. You could go and look at their goalkeeper as well. Is it Meslier?
Yeah, French keeper, yeah. The young one.
Is he better than Matt fucking Tina Turner? Probably. So do you know what I mean? There's players there that you could go and get at a cut price and it would improve this Arsenal team. And we're sitting here on our hands while every other club is, not Rafinha, Rodrigo, is it? Rodrigo? Might be Rodrigo at Leeds. But yeah, anyway, every other club is signing players. We're sat here holding our shaboinka like normal. Do you know what I mean? So
it is what it is. We'll see, bro. We'll definitely see.
But
we'll see. We'll see. We're not expecting anything, so we can't be disappointed.
No,
it is what it is.
But everybody in the comment section, make sure you slap in the likes. I'm taking over the show. I'm doing what Make sure you're slapping up the likes. Make sure you're subscribed to Northside as well.
Come on, man. On the road to 4K, man. On the road to 4K.
Man's doing some good work here.
I'm
trying to raise the standards. Yeah. So make sure you subscribe to him. I'm actually doing a video in 20 minutes, Northside. I don't know
Is
if you
it?
want to jump on or anything like that. I'm going to talk about Caicedo on my channel because my channel is up and running again for the main reason of raise the standards, Arsenal fans. So yeah, I don't know if you want to jump on, bro. It's up to you.
Maybe not today because this is almost hitting 2 hours and I haven't even eaten. But if you do another one, just message me, and I'll definitely jump on.
Yeah,
I'll definitely jump on.
Yeah, we'll sort something out.
Well, listen, people, don't come on, man. Don't be a stranger. Make sure you go like and subscribe to True Gunners TV. Go show some support and go watch some more content, man. It is what it is. Me, I need to eat something because I literally came back from work straight streaming, and I just started a new job as well. So that's why I haven't even been streaming. Now I've got a bit of a routine. Now, you know what I mean? And now I'll be streaming again. But yeah, man, when you change your job, like the way you try to balance YouTube and your work, when you change it, it's like everything's like up in the air. It's like, oh, well, you're coming back from work and you're more tired and you're not, you know what I mean, learning the different place and being at a new place. And I'm actually finishing a bit later. So yeah, man, it's all mad. It's all mad. But I'm getting into this new routine. So it should be all right. My streams are normally from 6 anyway. So
bro, I'm going to have to sort out my routine as well. My missus is about to drop. So we got about a week left before my third child's born. That's it. Good luck. And Mans has got married as well. So yeah,
congrats on that. I did see that. I saw the pictures. Now, congrats on that, man. That's what it's about, man. That's what it's about. Me one day, but I don't know how I'll be able to do YouTube once I have a little one because I shout too much. You know what I'm saying? That you're gonna get onto me. I'm gonna be waking up that baby all the time. They're gonna be used to shouting, man, and screaming. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. Brandon, big up, people. Make sure you go right now to True Gunners TV. Make sure you go and support my brother. And yeah, we'll see what this club, what they want to do in the summer. And yeah, it is what it is, man. Just don't bank on this club doing anything. But further ado, we're out. Safe.